Hey everyone, welcome to our Jesus Automator setup tutorials. If you're here, you're probably looking to get serious about automating on real Android phones using child accounts to drive traffic to your mother account and growing accounts in other niches. You're in the right place. Top creators, digital marketers, and social media power users turn to the Jesus Automator because it delivers results real followers, fast, and sustainable. Whether you're building a personal brand, scaling a creator agency, or growing an e-commerce store, this automation gives you a competitive edge without compromising safety or quality. Let's break down what makes it the most trusted tool in the game. In this first part, we're going to start with the basics and the hardware you need to get started. I'll go over everything you need step by step, and I'll show you each component on a PowerPoint slide to make it really easy to follow along. First, we'll go over the essential hardware components. That means the phones you'll need, the right USB cables to keep everything connected, and the kind of PC that'll work best with Automator. We'll talk about a few extra tools like app cloning that lets you create multiple accounts, the use of 4G mobile proxies, and mobile proxies to keep all the accounts safe and running smoothly. After we've covered the gear, we'll get into the setup phase. This is where I'll show you how to actually get everything working together, how to set up your phones, configure your computer, and get the Automator running smoothly. By the end of these tutorials, you should be able to know to start automating with the Jesus Automator. So let's go ahead and dive into the first part, which is the hardware. Let's get into the essential hardware components you'll need to make everything work smoothly. Here's what you need to get started. First up are the phones. You'll want Android devices that are running Android version 11 or above. This ensures compatibility with the Jesus Automator and makes sure everything runs smoothly. Next, you'll need USB cables. Not just any cables though. You'll want high-quality, reliable USB cables that provide stable connections. This is super important because weak or cheap cables can cause disconnects, which can mess up the automation process. Finally, you'll need a Windows PC. The Jesus Automator is designed to run on Windows, so make sure you have a stable computer that can handle connecting to multiple phones. We'll get into more details on the PC requirements a bit later too, but generally, even a basic setup with enough RAM and processing power can work well, especially if you're only running a few phones. These three essentials, phones, USB cables, and a Windows PC are the backbone of your Automator setup. Without these, it's just not going to work smoothly. Now that we got the essential hardware covered, let's talk about a few extra tools and apps that can really enhance your setup and make everything run more smoothly. First up, you'll need clones of the IG app. A clone are multiple copies of the app, so you can run multiple accounts on the same device. This is really important for scaling up, especially if you're using the mother-child method to drive traffic. I suggest 6 accounts running 4 hours of automation each per day. You can use our Jesus clone service, which costs $2 per clone, but you are welcome to use your own clones. Next, we have Jesus 4G mobile proxies. These are crucial for account safety. When you're running multiple accounts, you don't want them all showing the same IP address. It can look suspicious and could lead to restrictions or bans. For each phone, you should ideally have a mobile proxy, which gives each device a unique IP address. If you're just running child accounts, mobile proxies are better than the VPNs. A 4G mobile proxy per phone is the safest choice for large setups. They're essential for keeping everything secure and running smoothly, especially when you're scaling up. Let's move on to the recommended phones for Automator. Now let's talk about the phones you'll need to run the Jesus Automator effectively. We use the Samsung brand and S20 model. They have proved to make everything run smoothly. This is a solid choice if you're looking for an affordable option that performs well with automation tasks. You can use other Android phones, but this is your choice, and the results may vary. Now let's talk about USB cables. It might seem like a small detail, but trust me, using the right cables can make a big difference. You'll want to use high-quality USB cables to keep your phones connected to your computer. Cheap or low-quality cables can cause all sorts of problems, like disconnects or slow data transfers, which can mess up your automation. Next, to run Jesus Automator smoothly, let's go over the Windows PC requirements. For a starter setup with up to 5 phones, you'll need at least an Intel Core i5, 8 GB of RAM, and a 256 GB SSD. For a larger setup with 20 or more phones, aim for a powerful CPU and at least 32 GB of RAM. This ensures stable performance and smooth automation, whether you're running a small or large setup. Next, now that you know the hardware requirements, let's make sure your PC is properly configured for the best performance. High performance mode. First, set your PC to high performance mode. This ensures your processor and system resources run at full capacity, giving you smoother automation without slowdowns. Disable background apps. Next, disable any unnecessary background apps. Things like browsers, games, or extra software can steal CPU and RAM, which we need dedicated to the Automator. Check USB ports and hubs. Finally, always check your USB ports and hubs. Unstable connections can cause phones to disconnect, interrupting your automation. Use quality hubs and test them before running long sessions. All right, see you on the next video.